got married kind of youngish. I mean, early 20s. And we were married about a year. We had our son Luke. After we had Luke, didn't think any more babies were coming. So we had to look into alternative plans.
Right. He has a sister that's adopted, so that was we always thought that maybe, someday we would do that, but we just didn't know. And so once we found that out, then we said, okay, well, let's look into agencies, see what that's all about. We looked into domestic, but that just didn't seem to fit us. And then we looked into international, and we decided on China because we had the boy, so we figured, well, let's try for the girl. So they said it was like a 6 to 9 month wait, which turned into 3 years.
Yeah, kind of a lengthy
3
wait.
years, but it was worth it because if we didn't wait 3 years, we wouldn't have her. So, but then the trip we stayed for 2 weeks. We took Luke with us. It was the most amazing place. China is awesome. The people are awesome. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It was great. It was a great experience. Everything went really smoothly.
I was a little afraid at first because I've never been out of the country or anything, but it was the best thing we could have ever done. It really was. Yes, I know.
Now they get along just like brother and
That's
sister.
right, exactly. They are perfect with each other. It couldn't be any better with them. It's so funny.
She was a tiny baby. She's such, the girl, she's gotten so much bigger. Like, everything about her has changed. Like when we first got her, she would let Corrie hold her, and she would smile at Luke, but she really got quickly attached to Corrie.
And I was the first one to get her smile. And all I had to do is go like this.
Yeah. It took a while for her to attach. So when we met her, she just screamed. I felt so bad for her because you're taking this baby. She'd never seen us, white people before, or we just looked different. Our smells, everything we did was different. So, but after about 3 days, she started to calm down and be a little bit comfortable with us.
Plus, we would feed her all the time, and she loves to
Yeah,
eat.
she loves to eat.
She'll eat like a horse.
She just doesn't like meat.
She doesn't like meat that much.
Weren't sure about the idea of how long the birth mother had to say that she wanted the baby back.
Probably, I think a lot of people choose international adoption just based on privacy, and I think a lot of people are kind of scared about that. They don't want to lose something. Well, she definitely brought new life to this house because,
Look at Lucie.
Luke is someone that he really bonds with pretty quickly. Luke's discovering what it's like to have a baby in the house.
The minute he met her, he was in love. And
Yep, and he knew.
He didn't realize babies were so funny and that they could do, and she looks up to him and, wants to do everything that he can do.
Yeah.
But no, he doesn't know colors or, so.
It's funny when you have an adopted kid like that. It's like so many times around the house, you have to give the baby a bath or anything, but rush over to her before she knocks something over. You never think of the adopted part. You never think of the mixed race part. You just think I have 2 kids, and sometimes it slips your mind which one's adopted. It's a weird thing that I never understood. You don't think of it. You just think of it. This is my family, and you don't even think of it.
We were there just before the Olympics, so we weren't allowed to go to the orphanage, so they met us in a government building, and the nannies all lined up, and then they called your name, and here you go, here's your baby, and we're just like, oh my gosh, that's it, And all of a sudden, you have this baby, and you...
We were there with a bunch of families. They do it as a big group. And we had, 13 babies screaming all at once? And none of the babies were really that happy about the situation.
No.
Pretty much they only knew the nanny.
Yeah.
And now they were getting handed off to this big white person with a huge nose, probably, they were thinking.